Karim hard hitter Mayfield, and NABO champion, defended my title several times. Won a WBU title, had one out my records 21 and 4. I've been retired for about 6 years now. Before I retired, I promoted my own fights. I did like 4 fights of my own. Was able to fight under my own banner. Let's see. As I mentioned, fought on HBO, Showtime, the whole nine. Floyd Mayweather called me out in 2017 when he was gonna fight Berto. He said it was either me or Berto, man. But he's a smart man, so he chose Berto, man. But all that is Googleable. But nevertheless, man, shit, man. So, one of the most duck fighters, that was around, man, during that era, during that time. Ducked by a lot of the top guys, man. You can Google it. Porter got ducked by Spence. Man, just to name a few. But nevertheless, man, yeah, I'm just like I said, I've just been doing my thing, and that's where I'm at now.
Hey, before we dive in on the fight, can you share that Manny Pacquiao story that you told me a while back when you were there with his camp?
Oh yeah, man. I went, man. They flew me out to go get Floyd ready. Excuse me, to get Manny ready for Sugar Shane, because my style was pretty similar to Shane at that time. Nevertheless, I looked like him a little bit too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. They brought me in camp, man, and then after about a week, man, it was about 2 weeks, man. They kicked me out, man. I was doing my thing a little bit too much, a little bit rough. If you look at my style, I got a pit bull style, and I was kind of, keep it real, I was beating up on Manny pretty good, man. But it was a good experience for me, and I was able. You can check that's on YouTube too. They only put 1 round on there though. Well, it was actually 5 rounds on there, but they made Ellie Setback. Y'all know EA Sports, man. EA Sports. Ellie Setback. They made him take down the rest of the rounds because I was doing my thing with him. But nevertheless, man, I got signed to like Prize Fighting right after that, and got a big fight after that when I fought Stevie Fords on ESPN. But literally, that camp put me on. But check that YouTube out, man. You can see me doing my thing with Manny Pacquiao. But nevertheless, man, like I said, I was ducked for a long time, but now I'm just a businessman.
So, what's your relationship with Devin Haney? Obviously, don't you guys live in the same neck of the woods?
Yeah, well, my relationship with him is actually, he kind of came up under my tutelage, so to speak. He's a Bay Area born cat. His mom is out of the San Francisco, where I'm from, and his pop's out of the town. So, around that era, he was definitely came up. He was my young homie, and I had the opportunity to spar him. A lot of times, help him get ready. They'll tell you that I definitely, anytime that he's on this rough shit, he got a lot of that from Karim hard hitter Mayfield, man. That bully shit. He know how to stay on the inside, man. Definitely, I gave him a lot of work there and helped him, pretty much become a fighter that he is, or in some components, in some aspects, I've certainly helped. And I've been at every fight for the most part. I just didn't make it to this New York one. I had a big event that I was actually looking to go to Vegas, and I could have flew right back from Vegas, but once they changed it to New York, I changed it. But all the other fights, I flew to Australia to go see him fight, to go all the way to go win the titles. And, I've been supporting him for his whole career. And, that's the young homie.
So, knowing that you sparred him, knowing that, just watching Ryan Garcia, I don't know your relationship with Ryan Garcia, but tell me, coming into this fight, what was your predictions? What were your thoughts coming in? Obviously, he's your homie, but just off of just the boxing and just ability and just knowing him.
Now, good question, though. And to throw that's your homie, meaning like don't be biased. What you really was thinking? Really was thinking, to be honest. Just considering that me looking at the styles of fights, considering that they fought each other already 6 times in the amateurs, that says a lot, And it wasn't like Devin dominated all 6 times. That would have been different. Like it was damn near like 3-3 or something, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe they had Ryan winning one extra one besides. So that already puts up a whole different type of, factor in the game. So now considering that Ryan Garcia is tall, well, tall compared to any of the other opponents that Devin had faced, and faster than any of the opponents, I'm like, this is definitely going to be a good fight. But with all the antics that he was adding, I'm like, man, the dude have his mind right, But then later on, as it started getting closer, I'm like, man, this guy is actually a smart man. I'm like, I don't think those antics are real. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they would have already, said he wasn't capable of to be able to perform in a professional fight. They would have been already written that off. And then considering that, he's a social media guy. He's an influencer. So like people, I mean, I had people talking about Ryan Garcia that didn't even know about boxing. Like, that boy Ryan Garcia, he's talking about UFOs. So you got he got people that don't even talk about boxing talking about Ryan because he talking UFOs. So I'm like, damn, he got regular people that's not even in boxing talking about him because he's doing all these antics. So I'm like, he definitely sold the fight. So, going into it, going back to your question, I felt like I thought it was going to actually, it wasn't going to be just a easy fight for Devin Haney. And I knew that, it would definitely be a tough one.
So now, after watching the performance, what is your reaction to the fight?
After watching the performance, man, first of all, it was exciting, man. I definitely won a fight of the year. It was exciting just for one. I mean, it was exciting and heartbreaking at the same time. It's my young homie to see that shit happen, and it was like, like, oh shit. But then it was exciting to see him get up. That was exciting. Like, let's go. It ain't over. To get knocked down. Anytime you see Ryan Garcia knock any opponents down, majority of the time they were out or they didn't finish, or he would finish them. Like I tried to go back to any of his other past fights when he did knock him down, and they got back up. They weren't finishing. So for him to get knocked down, it just showed a tremendous heart, tremendous chin, tremendous condition. With that being said, I thought that Devin definitely pulled off those first earlier rounds, besides that one when he got wobbled, what have you. But he still was winning. I felt like he was winning the fight, and he had a good lead. He definitely had a good lead. But ultimately, those knockdowns, this is an amateur fight, pretty much decides who's a victor, who's victorious.
As far as some people believe that this fight should have been stopped because there was a lot of punishment. What do you believe?
They said but this isn't a 10-round fight, and it's not a 10-round fight, and I believe
not
the three
title fight either. Yeah. It's not a title fight either,
and it wasn't a title fight, but it was 12 rounds. Yes, correct. So with it being 12 rounds, you're going to get going against the undisputed, and unfortunately, though, you damn near got to take that man out. You damn near got to kill that man, for lack of better words, for lack of a better term. He's undisputed. They, for him, because people certainly would have been like, hey man, why did they stop it? He was still conscious. He was still, able to show he was able to defend himself. And until he's really defensiveless, you got to let it go. He's undisputed. It's not like he's been knocked down before. It's not like he's been knocked out before. So you got to take that into consideration, and saying that, well, I've only seen him hurt really one main time with Linares. It looks like maybe Lomachenko maybe have kind of got him a little scuffed up, but not totally messed up. But so to see that, it's just like, you got to take that in consideration.